everyone, and welcome back to our top 10 series where I give you super cool, awesome top 10 lists. I'm Court McGinley. So we have already given you a list of the top 10 craziest addictions, and you guys loved it so much, so now we have a part 2 for you. That's right, this is the list of the top 10 craziest addictions you won't believe part 2. And these addictions are definitely just as strange as the ones on the first list. Some of us were unaware of all the strange addictions out there until TLC came out with a show called My Strange Addiction. So today we're going to learn about some of those cases. Before we get started, I want to know, what is the craziest thing you've ever seen someone do? Let me know your answer down in the comments. And at number 10, we have growing your nails. Yeah, I know this doesn't sound strange, but trust me, this case is. So not only is this strange, but it's also really unpractical. Now I'm not talking about 4-inch long nails, oh no. Here we have Jazz, who's 48 years old, and she's addicted to growing her nails. She hasn't cut her nails for 22 years. Her longest nail is 24 inches long. I don't even know how that's possible. How that nail hasn't broken off yet is beyond me. The nails combined total over 19 feet in length. She refers to her nails as her babies. But due to the fact that her nails are so long, sometimes Jazz needs help with everyday tasks, such as putting on clothes, tying her shoes, or washing her hair. She even has bangles that she's unable to take off due to her nails. Having nails this long places so many limitations on her, it's just not worth it. And at number 9, being an adult baby. On My Strange Addictions, we've seen 25-year-old Riley, who enjoys dressing up and acting like a baby. She has adult-sized baby clothes, a huge baby crib, and a plethora of stuffed animals. She says that this is the perfect way for her to de-stress. Every night she'll put on her footsie pajamas, crawl into her crib, put a pacifier in her mouth, and fall asleep. Riley spends a total of 12 hours every day dressed as a baby. This all started when she was 13 and started to wear diapers. And shortly after that, her obsession with pacifiers and onesies started. Riley said that this is something that's very unique to her, and she will only tell people if she thinks they will be okay with it. Riley is also a male to female transgender, and at the age of 20, she started to live as a female. And at number 8, eating cheesy potatoes. Normally, this wouldn't be too strange, but when you literally can't eat anything else without getting sick, then it becomes pretty crazy. Here we have 34-year-old Kelly, and all she eats are cheesy potatoes. She has them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Every day she needs to eat a minimum of 4 cups of cheese and 8 potatoes. This totals to 8,000 calories and 176 grams of fat, and she's putting that into her body every single day. This woman is getting nothing nutritious put into her body, so that's extremely dangerous. But she says it's like crack to her and she needs to have it. At age 4, Kelly's relatives forced her to eat ham and eggs, and she threw it up all over the table. Even the smell of other foods will make her gag and make her feel nauseous. So that's 30 years of nothing but cheese and potatoes. And at number 7, doll love. Now, I've heard of little kids loving their dolls, but never a grown man. And he loves his doll in a very different way. Here we have Dave Cat, who's a 37-year-old man, and he is featured on the show My Strange Addictions because he is addicted to his real doll. He basically lets it be known that he can't live without her. At first, Dave just considered this doll to be his girlfriend, but things quickly escalated, and now he refers to this doll as his wife. Dave says his obsession with dolls started at a young age, when he and his mother would go to downtown Detroit on the weekends. As his mother would shop around, he would become extremely fascinated with the mannequins. Then years later, a friend told him about a site where they would make these real-life dolls made of silicone, so he ordered one. Every day, Dave will wake her up, get her dressed, brush her hair. He says doing these kind of things brings them closer together as a couple. Then throughout the day, they share meals, they have photo shoots, and they have sex. And at number 6, pulling hair out of shower drains. Here we have 28-year-old Evan, and he's addicted to pulling hair out of shower drains. All of this happened 6 years ago when he was in college and his dad had just passed away. Now normally this wouldn't be such a crazy thing. I mean, people do this for maintenance reasons while they're cleaning. But this turns into a strange addiction because Evan doesn't just take hair from his own shower drains, but he also takes it from his friends and family shower drains as well. When he's over at someone's house, he will go into the bathroom and search the cabinets for a tool of sorts so he can use it to pull out the hair. He then gets on his hands and knees in the bathtub or shower, and he will put the tool down the drain and collect as much hair as he can. Once he gets the hair in his hands, he's relieved for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then he will immediately feel disgusted and throws away the hair. He says he regrets doing it every time. And at number 5, corsets. Back in the 16th century, corsets were commonly being worn among Europe and British women. But Catherine Kathy takes it too far. She is currently in the Guinness Book of World Records for the tiniest waist on a living person. Kathy has been using corsets for the last 35 years. Her waist has gone from 26 inches to 15 inches. Kathy and her husband have been married 55 years, and her husband says he likes the look and feel of a small waist. Kathy's husband is a physician who says while wearing the corset, your organs may shift a little bit, but it's not dangerous. But when we see footage where she takes off the corset and there's all these bruises on her ribs, yeah, I'm gonna say that's not too healthy. And at number 4, eating cigarette ashes and pottery. Bianca started to break off pieces of pottery and eat it because she loves the chalky taste and loves how gritty it is. But soon it wasn't enough and she wanted to take it a step further, so she started eating cigarette ashes 4 years ago. She says she loves both the texture and the taste, as it's kind of salty and gritty. And she says she enjoys the way it dissolves on her tongue. She herself doesn't smoke, but her sister does, and she'll wait until her sister has finished her cigarette, and much to her sister's disapproval, she will eat the ashes. And at number 3, bathing in bleach. Here we have 28-year-old Gloria, and she's addicted to bleach. So much so that she will literally bathe in it. She adds some to her bath every single day. She says when her eyes start to burn and her skin starts to tingle, then she knows it's time to get out. Every single day, Gloria will clean her house from top to bottom with bleach. She uses a crazy 300 gallons every year, and she refuses to stop using it. She says she loves the feeling of it. This addiction started 7 years ago when Gloria was pregnant with her 3rd child. For whatever reason, she would get little pieces of tissue and dip them in bleach and then swallow them. That's the weirdest and most dangerous pregnancy craving I've ever heard of. Her doctors soon found out and made her stop. Coming in at our number 2 spot, eating glass. This one really scares me, just like the thought of glass being in my mouth. No thank you. But 27-year-old Josh seems to love it. Again, this man was featured on My Strange Addictions, and he definitely belongs on the show. This isn't something many, if any, people do. The addiction started 4 years ago, and he consumed over 250 light bulbs and 100 wine glasses. He will literally bite into a wine glass or a light bulb and start chewing. He says when he bites into the glass, he gets a warm feeling and kind of gets a little bit tingly. He says that the thinner the glass, the better. He says that it's really just the texture that he likes. And he will usually eat glass at a get-together or bars, and he just loves the reaction he gets. He says more than anything, he's addicted to the attention. This is in no way healthy, and I'm sure it's causing permanent damage not only to his teeth, but to his entire body. So definitely do not try this at home. In at number 1, drinking and sniffing gasoline. The sniffing part I can understand because I have a friend who loves the smell of gasoline, but drinking it? Here we have a 20-year-old Shannon who cannot go a day without drinking gasoline. It's literally the first thing she needs to do when she gets up and the last thing she does before she falls asleep. This is literally a deadly addiction. Gasoline is actually a mixture of 150 toxic chemicals refined from crude oil. The addiction started a year ago when she would just lick some off her hands after visiting a gas station, but now she drinks 12 teaspoons of it a day. She says when she drinks it, it tingles and it burns the back of her throat, and even though it hurts, it makes her feel good. However, she also gets dizzy, she has sharp pains in her stomach, and experiences really sharp chest pains. Her addiction has become so serious that she'll rip off bits of newspaper, soak them in gasoline, and then eats them so she can get it into her system even quicker. Drinking gasoline can cause vomiting, nervous system damage, and death. Shannon acknowledges that she knows this is an addiction and that it will kill her, but she just can't stop. Well, there you guys have it. That is our list of the top 10 craziest addictions you won't believe, part 2. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.